We are now in the present time. Suji smiled as she listened to Jay's meeting with Jules. So, every morning you waited for the same bus? Jay smiled to himself. Not for the bus, Suji. I waited for her. He chuckled softly. Those 20 minutes from the bus stop to Fortune became my favorite part of the day. He looked toward Jules' room. I never knew ordinary mornings could become someone's most precious memories. Since that rainy evening, Jacob's mode of transport had completely changed. Every morning at exactly 8, Satish dropped him near the MTC bus stop. Jacob had only 2 weeks before Fortune's employees officially learned that he was one of their new CEOs. He had already decided that before the announcement, he would earn their trust, not as their boss, but as one among them, especially hers. He hoped Jules would reach the bus stop before the bus did. As if destiny had accepted his request, she arrived right on time. Jacob smiled. She noticed him across the road, crossed over carefully, and greeted him. Hi. Hi. The familiar green bus pulled in. Both of them climbed aboard. I'll get the tickets, Jacob said. This time, his wallet was filled with change. The conductor recognized him immediately. He raised an eyebrow. 2 tickets? Jacob smiled and subtly nodded towards Jules without pointing directly at her. The conductor looked at him, then at Jules, then back at Jacob. A knowing smile slowly appeared on his face. So, you seem to have found the route after all? Jacob laughed. I guess I did. The conductor handed over the tickets, still unconvinced that the jobless young man had somehow managed to travel with the same girl again. Jacob walked to the front. Jules was standing near the window, holding the vertical rail as the crowded bus swayed through Chennai's morning traffic. He handed her the ticket. Thanks, she smiled. I'll buy the tickets when we return. Jacob nodded. Inside, however, I'll buy the tickets for our whole life if you ever say yes. He almost laughed at his own thoughts. So, she asked, what happened to your interview? Jacob replied casually. I got a call this morning. They asked me to join. Congratulations. Which department? I'll be working as Mr. Satish's secretary. That's nice. What about you? I work in the software testing team. Jacob pretended to think for a moment. I don't know anyone there. She looked at him. Can we have coffee at 11? She smiled. Okay. Once they reached Fortune, Jules walked toward the testing department while Jacob headed to Satish's cabin. The offer letter was already waiting. One more lie. One more promise to himself that he would tell her the truth before it was too late. He spent the morning meeting department managers, understanding the company's work culture, and quietly observing the employees. It wasn't just about running a company. He wanted to know the people who made it what it was. At exactly 11, he walked into the canteen. Jules was already there. She had ordered coffee for both of them. You came on time, she smiled. I didn't want to keep my first friend in the company waiting. She laughed softly. As they sat with their cups, Jacob asked casually, So, tell me about your family. For a brief moment, her smile disappeared. Not dramatically, quietly, as though she had traveled somewhere far away. Then she smiled again, a smile that looked practiced. I wish. She looked into her coffee. He saw her that day cutting her birthday cake, thinking to himself that if she had no one to celebrate her birthday with, and that had become true. She indeed had no one. So, what was going to happen? Will she open up her heart further to Jay? Let us wait for the next episode. Stay right here with me. This is Between Love and Truth, where love is deep and truth runs deeper than we think. Thanks for listening.